This video will cover Intro to Analysis, breaking down the elements of text and image. To analyze something means to break it apart and examine how it's put together. We all intuitively go through this process as we consume text and take in information. In a chapter from the textbook Writing Spaces, Laura Carroll gives an example of how we analyze our teachers on the first day of class. We might look at their hair, clothes, or the type of bag they carry. We could take note of their posture, their stride, or whether they're wearing a wedding ring. Carroll points out that nearly everyone we encounter undergoes this type of split-second analysis. We're not moving through a checklist or recording answers, but we're analyzing all the same, whether at work, on a date, or in various public spaces. Consider, for example, how you analyze other drivers on the road. Are they driving smoothly or erratically, fast or slow? Did they signal correctly? What is the make and model of their vehicle, and how clean or dirty is it? Are there bumper stickers? Each detail offers a glimpse into something deeper about what that driver might be, what their life is like, and perhaps even why they just cut you off. Questions drive the process of analysis. There are countless elements to explore in an analysis, and questions provide structure to this exploration. Some of the foundational questions might be: what is the purpose, audience, and context? What is the topic, and what central point is being made about it? These questions connect us to the rhetorical situation and the thesis of the text. As we move deeper, we ask how the text is developed. How does the audience connect to the material? Are there concrete images or sensory details? How is a text organized? Is it straightforward and linear, or is it disjointed? Are there large blocks of information or short bursts? What is the tone? It could be pleasant, aggressive, gentle, or sarcastic. Then we consider credibility. How does the author build it, and why should we listen to them? How does the author elicit an emotional response inviting us to feel a certain way? Finally, we assess the logical appeal. Why does the message make sense? Let's apply these questions to a text you may all know well, an Old Spice ad. The purpose is to engage, captivate, and persuade, aiming to get our attention and make a case for the product. The audience is an American consumer, specifically women attracted to men, which is evident from the implied couple in the ad and the tagline, "Make sure your man smells like a man." In terms of context, it's a one-page print ad in a magazine. If we had a specific magazine, that would give us further insight into the intended audience. Regarding development, the ad combines images and words. The central image is a couple in the bathroom, with the man in the bath on the horse made of body wash bubbles. The woman looks adoringly at him, though their ring fingers aren't clearly visible, which leaves their relationship status ambiguous, likely an intentional choice. The tagline ties these elements together, presented in red text beneath the image to draw our eyes there after we notice the central visual. The tone here is playful and whimsical. They aren't depicting reality, but instead creating a sense of fantasy and humor. For credibility, the ad doesn't rely on celebrity endorsements or data about hygiene benefits, but the brand logo under the tagline gives it authority. The ad assumes that the audience recognizes the brand and associates it with the familiar Old Spice man. The emotional appeal is tied closely to tone. Humor and exaggeration, or hyperbole, draw the audience in. Like the impossibly large lather forming a horse, cowboy hat, and lasso. There's also an element of sexiness, with the idea of smelling like a man implying sexual appeal. The cowboy character suggests rugged, traditional masculinity. By making direct eye contact with the audience, the man in the ad invites attraction and desire. While viewers may not rush to buy the product, they are likely to associate Old Spice with rugged masculinity. Regarding logical appeal, the logic is simple. Your man plus Old Spice equals manliness. The message promises that the product will enhance the user's life and relationships, but the emotional appeal is stronger than logic. We aren't given statistics or hygiene benefits, but are instead encouraged to feel a certain way about the product. We can look at other texts and associations the ad references. The cowboy character draws on depictions of cowboys in film, TV, and literature, which benefits from a long cultural history. He's wearing a sheriff's badge, which elevates him to a noble cowboy, a traditional hero. As for themes, masculinity dominates, along with a hint of sexuality in the American West. Regarding values, the ad reflects traditional gender roles, implying it's the woman's responsibility to ensure her male partner is attractive. But there's also ambiguity, as the relationship is undefined without those visible wedding rings. The ad campaign is effective in communicating that Old Spice enhances manliness, suggesting women should buy it for their partners. Even if it doesn't lead to an immediate sale, it reinforces the brand's associations with rugged masculinity. Imagine how much more we can unpack with a radio or TV commercial. There we'd have a tone of voice, background music, sound effects, or even the pacing, whether it's fast-paced with jump cuts or slower and more peaceful. Even the simplest text contains layers of meaning to explore. The key is to use questions to guide you through each step, transforming an intuitive process into a deliberative, structured analysis. Pay special attention to the next pharmaceutical advertisement you see on television or your streaming service. You'll notice that the colors for the advertisement or advertised drug appear all over the place: clothing, decorations, props. Once you see it, you're not going to be able to unsee it. So the key takeaway here is that the analysis reveals layers of meaning in all of our text. We want to use questions to guide a structured analysis. We want to transform instinctive reactions into detailed insights. The content for this presentation comes from Karen Kaiser's Intro to Analysis video, who's a former UIW professor of ours.